With the July Cup approaching, we caught up with several of the connections for a pre-race update. Well, Aidan, Starspangledbanner straight back to Ballydoyle after the Golden Jubilee.
Yeah, came back fine, Simon. He seems to be in good form.
And he's eaten up well since he got home?
Yeah, everything seems fine. He's done a few canters since, and everybody seems happy with him.
Now, when will he come back over then for the July Cup?
The plan is to come back to the July Cup, obviously come over in the morning if everything is right. That's what we plan on doing next.
And he's only had a bit of light work, has he, since he came back?
Yeah, done a couple of canters, not a lot, but what he's done seems to be in good form.
He was pretty scintillating over at Ascot. Do you think he's got much improvement left in him?
I'm not sure. He was obviously very impressive at Ascot, like you said, and if we can hold him at Ascot, we'll be very happy.
And where would you see the dangers coming from in July Cup?
Sure, obviously it's like Ascot. It was a very competitive race, and there's going to be a lot of dangers in the July Cup, and I think more or less the same horses are going to be there, really.
Of course, Denman, you'll line up against Denman, who is an old 5 years back from Australia also.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we haven't seen Denman, just heard of him, so it'll be an exciting race.
So it's in fine shape, and you're looking forward to the July Cup?
Yeah, hopefully, Simon. Looking forward to it.
Carl, we watched Kingsale King work at the Alverta this morning. How's the work?
Yeah, I thought he went smashing, he's fresh this morning and clicked away up there, probably went 3/8 and 35, I caught him on my watch.
It looked to be moving really beautifully. Obviously he's taken no harm from his last run.
Yeah, I was going to work him tomorrow and then fly back to LA, but when I flew back in this week he was feeling pretty good within himself, and all systems would go, so I decided to work him today, put the work up today, and he'll walk tomorrow and jog a couple of days next week, and on we go.
Well, of course, we're heading towards the July Cup and all the hype is on Starspangledbanner, but your boy was far from disgraced in the Golden Jubilee.
Yeah, I think now we've had a run over the track, and it's like anything else, we learn from one thing to the next, so we're going to try it and see if we can catch up to him this time.
Well, it was his first run on turf, so all things considered, it was a pretty good performance.
Yeah, I would think so. It gives us more options when we go back home to California. You've got a grass horse, he broke his maiden on the dirt, and he's won 3 or 4 races on the synthetic track, so he's kind of an all-round type of horse. Now,
we all know Starspangledbanner will probably go out and lead. Your horse has got a very high cruising speed as well. Is your plan to take him on?
Yeah, I don't want to be too far. I'm going to tell Kieran not to be too far away from him. He'd love to be going head and head all the way and just kind of see what he's... I know my horse can grind a little bit, and I don't want to be backing down from nobody, but it is a horse race, and we get out there and get the job done.
It'd be fair to say he's probably flying under the radar a bit. His last 5 starts, he's won 4 and been placed in the other one, so his form's good.
His form's good right now. He's steady. If he runs as good as race he did in my last Ascot, or brings back his Maidan race, I think we should be pretty tough to beat this time. You're running against a real good horse of Aidan O'Brien's, and you can't take that away from those guys. And they're very smart in what they do, and great jockey and great trainer, great owners.
Ty, Alverta had a serious interruption to her preparation coming into the Golden Jubilee. She lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, she did. She's not the best traveller, but she's over here safe now. She lost about 40 kilos, but put a lot of weight back on, and she's looking well.
Her run in the Golden Jubilee, considering, was probably a pretty good run.
It was a good run. We weren't beaten far, and world-class Group 1 race, and I think she held her ground pretty good. She'll improve coming into this next race.
And the time they ran was probably fast enough to win the race last year in her field there.
Yeah, only if we win it last year. But she's going well. She went well.
Do you think it might have been a slightly different story if she had been with the other group on the grandstand side?
Yeah, maybe, we weren't on the best side of going, and all the speed was on the near side, so maybe we'll in amongst the group with a bit of cover for a bit longer and got a suck run into it. Maybe she would have finished a little bit closer.
Considering what she's been through, the run's probably going to do her a lot of good, and she's put a bit more condition on since then.
Yeah, she has. She's looking great, and she'll definitely improve going into this race.
And the 6 furlongs here is probably really going to suit her, considering her best distance is probably around the 1400.
Yeah, definitely. She won the Coolmore in Australia over 1400, and definitely this race will be right on target for her.
It looks on paper to be a fair bit of speed involved in the race. That's probably going to suit your mare.
That will suit her good. Hopefully see when the draws come out, but if we can get cover long enough and be positioned for let down going up the hill, hopefully we can be right in the finish.
She seems to go really well for you. You've had a lot of luck with her. What's the secret there?
No secret. It's just bonding. Some horses respond to different riders, and I've only had 4 rides for 2 wins, 2nd and 14th. So hopefully we can get back to the winner's circle.
Considering her form coming over here, before she came over, she was in a pretty good vein of form. She's around 40 to 1 over here at the moment. She'd seem to be pretty much over the odds, I would have thought.
Yeah, you know, Sydney's Group 1, they always stand up. Like Ascot was a big arcs first up, losing so much weight, and just hopefully she has trained on. She's looking a lot better, and she's more happier now. So hopefully she can really improve into this race.
So come July Cup Day, what sort of ground would be ideal for her?
She's quite easy going. Probably more so on our side, a little bit firmer, because a lot of the English horses like the damp sort of ground. So if it's a little bit firmer, it's probably an advantage to our side.
Well, the way the weather's been, it looks like we can expect a pretty hard track and probably pretty fast.
Yeah, definitely. The weather's been quite good for us, and I've been loving it. The sunshine, but no, the track should suit us well.
From a draw point of view, where would you like to draw?
Been on the third day, probably around the middle. I haven't ridden over it yet, but I spoke to a few of the course managers and that, and just looking at the previous years, by the third day, they seemed to, the way he explained it, he said they arrowhead up the middle and then sort of split then. So hopefully if we get a middle draw, we can get good cover, or if one side's playing better than the other. So around the middle would suit us fine.
And a couple of real speed horses in the race with Starspangledbanner and Kingsale King. We look to take a bit of a sip behind one of those two and maybe sort of get sucked up.
Yeah, it'd be definitely to follow Starspangledbanner, you know. He won the race at Ascot, and hopefully if we draw near any of them good horses, it's definitely a big advantage for us.
Nakoni is looking to improve after his run in the King's Stand and looked to be in great order and travelling well when doing fast work on the July course.